not. I'm so glad, Mr. Mawere, and I appreciate you because see, people didn't know what metaphysics is.
Yeah.
To this day, when you're talking about metaphysics, wakatsaga physics, no. Metaphysics is not physics. As a matter of fact, I've never been to university. Believe it or not, Mr. Mawere, I've never been to university. But what I have been doing for the past 7 years, I've been an independent researcher of scholarly materials and ancient secret teachings. They don't teach that at university. I've not got a curriculum or syllabus to teach that. But I had to develop our own curriculum to understand the things. It's like a platform like yours is connecting heads.
No, but imagine you just change a platform like ours, because it means it's your platform as well.
Okay, all right. Okay, my bad. Yes,
yeah,
you are absolutely right. Because since we are community building.
See, like yesterday, I could disappear and leave you talking to the person. It means you relieved me of time.
Yes, and you did. You did.
But if you were not there, it was going to be rude. So a person can die without.
You and your mentee.
Yeah, but that's what is good. Like Mkwa Masimpa is saying, what I have learned, I want to share. And what I said to Mkwa Masimpa, I don't have to be there every time because I also can't afford it. So can we minimize the time?
Yes.
And then we know today we are talking about this, then in 15, 20 minutes we go. Even though it may be interesting, because you are giving up time. So when you give up time, then use that time productively so that we don't have to go like a classroom. We can go into a classroom and we finish. It doesn't mean the teacher has nothing more to say. The teacher may have a lot to download. And also, how do we book these classes of metaphysics? Those who are interested in learning, so that in a community of 10 or 20, then we take a roll call so that we can have these shows organized. Than come into a show yesterday, you don't know. So what I was telling you yesterday, that this young man came to the stock exchange with this important guy. They arrived there, said, okay, now we'll go into the trading floor. Just pretend you know me. So this young man obviously followed the instruction. So they go into the exchange. They are walking slowly. And as they walk slowly, people obviously notice the important guy.
Right.
And then they leave. Then he said, good luck, and he left. Years later, this young man then was now somebody of substance. So he rushed to talk to the guy to say, do you remember me? I wanted to pay you back. I've been looking for your numbers so that I pay you back for what you did for me.
Yeah.
And then this guy says, but I didn't do anything for you. Why should you pay me? Everything that you have made in your life since I left you is yours. You have worked for it. He says, but without you, I would not have made it because you gave me more than money. You gave me friends. You gave me people who funded me and they thought they were funding me in your name. He says, but I didn't know what happened when I left you. So why should you thank me for something that happened without my knowledge?
Right.
So he says, I can't take your money because I've not earned it. So the credit is to you. Because if I'd left you there and you went home crying, nothing would have happened. But you made sure that you connected with the people that knew that I know you.
Yes.
And the rest
Absolutely.
is you. There is no entitlement. You have worked hard for what you got. So you must celebrate yourself, not to celebrate the bridge that took you somewhere and you did something when you arrived where you wanted to arrive. And you made good on your promises to yourself. So the fact that I don't know what happened tells you that I didn't contribute anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you take it for colonialism. White people left Europe on their own. They arrived here. But until now, they are called agents of others.
Yeah.
But they did whatever they did, even if they were mean as individuals. They were not sent to be mean.
No, they weren't.
Yeah. So how come we think a person who has succeeded because of somebody else? So if you want to succeed yourself, that's what I was telling you. Join the community so that you can distinguish yourself within the community. You don't have to use my name.
And when you alluded to her to join the community, and what was here?
She said, "You don't understand me. I want to talk to you." I said, "This example, what lessons do you learn?" Says, "No, but this man is the one who helped you. Why can't you help it?" I said, he said himself he never helped anyone.
Right.
And he has no memory of giving you a wheelbarrow or giving you a spoon.
Right.
And he's just saying, you did, if you are, Mason, you are seen on the same show with me and you are talking sense. It's enough. You are using, and if you know my social media starts, then you begin to penetrate where I am. So if it's LinkedIn, I got 30,000 connections, 34,000 followers. So it means you can reach 2 million people just by taking the audio, the video, and you package it yourself.
Absolutely.
But not to tell me this is what I'm going to do. Can you give me this? Can you talk to so and so? Because the person I talk to is going to cost me time and something to say, what is in it? Why are you introducing me to this guy?
Yes. I mean, well, for yourself, Mr. Mawere, you are a man, you are a distinguished gentleman, and your history is very colorful, and it's well documented what you've done. We don't need to respect, we don't need to repeat it. And somebody of your substance and your reputation, I'm sure you do not want to jeopardize your reputation and your name, Mr. Mawere. What you can do, just give advice. You can't be doing it. You can't. As the old saying, the English saying, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't force. You can't feed the horse. I think something along those lines.
Yeah, you can't make it drink.
Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Mr. Mawere, you can't spoon feed everybody. You can enlighten the man. You are the spark of that ignition. I'm gonna give you an example, right? And I don't know if I'm going a different way, but Mugana the America. It was an idea of a group of men. A group of men, the ideas. It was their philosophies that was what brought up the American Revolution. In England, when King James detach themselves from, when he detached England from the Roman Catholic Church. That's how we had a reformation. It was ideas of thought. Even in Italy, there was something that was called the Renaissance. And the Renaissance, once again, and ideas of thought. Sometimes you just need to spark that thought movano. You don't need necessarily to hold people's hands. I'm going to take you to the promised land. I'm going to take you to Canaan. No, you know where Canaan is. I'm going to give you the ideas. This is what you need to do.
No. I'm saying just the community itself. It gives you an address. So that's what I was saying is from yesterday you can then share, and that's what it is all about. To say, guys, what do we learn from this example of this guy who disappeared, left this guy on his own outside the stock exchange? He never introduced him to anyone.
Right.
All he did was just to walk with him, just by association.
Right.
And then when you are together, then everyone assumes you are related.
Right.
They think you are the son or the nephew. So even people think I've met Mkoa Masimba, I've not met him in life. But there are people who already, I saw him, some of the correspondents in one of the groups saying, I've lost respect for you because you are associating with Mkoa Masimba. Do you understand?
See, that's quite interesting, because I don't think a lot of people know that Kuti, in Mimi and Mkoa Masimba, you just know each other virtually, not really, realistically.
That's right. But Mkoa Masimba Kuti, isn't there a lesson there that I am judged by associating with you? And there are many people who are angry with me. Yeah. And how do we respond to them?
Well, that's a very, very good question, because vanhu follow Mkoa Masimba a different caliber nevanhu vanokufolowa imimi Mawere. Saka vanhu follow imimi will look up to you, of which they shouldn't really. They should be looking up to anybody, but people will look up to you. But Mkoa Masimba, but no one about social media. This and that. How can a distinguished gentleman like Mr. Mawere, who is with a good, colorful reputation, be associated with this guy who is a lunatic, who is this and that? I'm not saying Mr. Mkoa Mawere is a lunatic. I'm not saying that because he's my brother. But this is what people...
Yeah, and they're entitled to say that. And somebody who was looking up to me to learn something, he says, but how can you stoop that low?
Well, I will ask you a question. Have you stooped to that low yourself?
No. I'm saying this is what society, that's the reality now. That you learn from that. So a book rebenzi, to include that in it. So I will share with you what was said and how I responded to it. Then you can do a show on that. Pause, listen, and let's respond to it.
Yes.
And you may find that's why Jesus was killed. That he was now associating with people who... No, I'm just saying is we don't know the reason, but you may find that there are people who were upset.
Well, my perspective is about Mr. Mawere, because Jesus Christ was associated with what we might call in this modern days investment bankers. Matthew was the tax collector. Judas, he was this and that. There were fishermen. All these guys were known to be briberies, unscrupulous people with bad reputation. But this is the guy, the Son of God chose these people. Like, if the Son of God come today in 2020, how can he have one of his top disciples an investment banker, yet we are in a global financial crisis. How can he do that?
So you see,
association
can kill.
Not judge people.
No, because he was associated one wanga achiseva wanga vasina means. Wana Lazarus.
Mr. Mawere, I can hardly hear you. Go closer to the phone, sir.
All right, I can hear you.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Now I say Jesus was associating with the outcast.
Yeah.
Vanhu vasina mazita. Hello?
That's true.
Yeah, and that's why those with names were not happy. It's like marrying up. When you marry up, then you are marrying into a family that is in another civilization.
Yes.
It's like you marrying a commercial farmer and you're a subsistence farmer.
Yes.
When there's no rain, you are sleeping.
Yes.
Hakuna irrigation.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then uyane irrigation daily arikutsvaga zvokuita. Every month he has to pay a salary.
Yes.
Yeah. But the two people are human beings.
That's correct.
Yeah. And the other said white monopoly farming. The other says, no, I wait for God to decide. When he opens the heavens, I become active.
Yes.
Yeah. So, which is a better human being?
So, Mr. Mawere, would you agree with me that we have a battle right in front of us? We've got a Goliath right in front of us.
Not we.
When I say Goliath,
not we. I as Mason, I can do 10 minutes or 30 minutes a day just to deal with some of these things that arise every day, real life things that arise every day. Like this lady, what she said, you read what she said.
Yes.
And we don't have to talk about things that are abstract.
The lady was full of venom.
Not this one, the one who spoke about Mkoa Masimba, the one who spoke about leadership. That if you are my leader, then you can't associate with people like that. So what she's suggesting is that for me to lead here, I must be a slave.
Right.
That she must make choices for me. So if I'm a role model to somebody, they so much want me to behave as if I'm an animal in a zoo.
Well, Mr. Mawere, that kind of defies the logic because it defies logic and reasoning because the guy we called Yehoshua or Jesus Christ, and we call it the Son of God, He's chosen the outcasts, the people who would not be chosen in a community, like tax collectors, robbers, fishermen, all these people, and he was associating with them. So are you saying just because you're going to be a leader, you have to be selective on the people that you're a leader?
No, somebody who is following you, unknown to you, is actually making choices for you and getting disappointed. So the way disappointed, you disappoint me because I'm so proud of you, but the people you're associating with, it's like your daughter saying, no, I'm marrying somebody who's down. Then you say, but you are disappointing me. I paid for your school fees. I did this for you. What kind of choice is this?
Well, I'm afraid to say this, but I think the lady is a disappointment to herself because you can't say I'm disappointed with somebody You know, simply
but that's where the lesson is now on your show.
Yeah.
To say, let me not talk in the abstract. People.
Yeah.
Then I refer to the name, to the date. And then we are writing a book. We are importing what happened privately into the public space.
Yes.
When we do that, then people learn. Because storytelling is as old as human existence.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's what I was saying to Mkoa Masimba. Anticipate what people are saying. People are saying you are a madman. And immediately I say someone is writing book rebens. They say, Mawere, I don't want to mess my name with people, Mapenzi. They will drag me where they are. They will pull me down. So why do I need to be there? If you are happy with it, keep it yourself. Don't even talk to me about it.
Right. Right.
So the whole platform becomes misunderstood.
Well, Mr. Mawere, just because one of the bucket full of apples, you might find 10 good apples and you might find one bad apple. But don't let that one bad apple ruin the whole bucket. You just simply
No, I'm saying is that's why the people wrote a Bible with lessons.
Yes.
Yeah, so you are not you are saying what do we learn from this? So you would then be able to be mentioned and show yake ema lessons.
Yeah.
So where you don't have content, because some of the content comes through me.
Yes.
You see, like this guy just wrote to me. I don't know him. Fascinating. Thanks. How are you doing, Mr. Mawere? Fine, and you, but I don't know the person. You're doing great job, empowering. I'm okay, my leader. Who is this? That's me. And he thinks that I know who it is. But I lost my contacts yesterday. He's called leader. Oh no, Tao. He's in the ANC. So he is. Oh, he contacted you. Okay. Oh. So you understand? So.
Hello, Mr. Mawere, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Right. Okay. Okay. In Hanguga, my approach to C2C, my approach to you, sir, and my approach to my brother, Mukoma Masimba Dekurishi, I'm on a mission, Mr. Mawere. My mission is to have a shift of consciousness, a paradigm shift. Because if there's anything that teaches us, history always repeats itself. I'm sure a great man, a distinguished gentleman like you, you will know that because the history always repeats itself. And if you want to change my tiro, I know MDC in a motto you could change my tiro, but I think that's the wrong motto that they have. What they should really use is Chinjama Fungiro. Because when you change,
no, but don't ask a dog why it's barking. Just bark on your own.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. In my opinion,
so you can say changing paradigms or shifting paradigms, shifting perspectives. So
shifting perspective.
Yeah. So it becomes your show. It would let me towards shifting perspectives, because you can't say I am shifting.
You've hit the nail on the coffin there. My mission is to shift the consciousness, shift the paradigm perspective. And why do I say that? Because you can have some studies. America was ruled by the British. It was colonized by the British, and they happened to be a shift of consciousness, and the American Revolution.
But I'm saying is you may discover that your idea of colonization, it may not make sense, but you have accepted that America was colonized.
Yes.
But what if America was was a place where people of English, Scottish, Irish heritage settled, and because they went there on the basis of an understanding that they have a umbilical cord between them and where they left. It's like a prodigal son, that if I go away, or if I'm in the diaspora, I go away, but I don't become alienated from the place where I came from. So I will continue. Whereas those who settled in America, they soon realized that actually the philosophies of those who came before on what is property, what is object, they discovered that, like this gentleman who said, you have worked for whatever you've worked for, don't send taxes to me just because you came thinking that you are my son. Whatever you've done, if you want to send, it will not be a tax. It will be your own voluntary choice. But I'm not going to invoice you like what was happening between the settlers in America and the Majesty in England, where you were required to pay taxes to the country you left. And the guy says, but this tax could be used to build infrastructure here for ourselves so that we are stronger. And if you look at the Declaration of Independence, it tells you what the state of mind was.
Right.
And the first sentence of the Declaration, it tells you exactly what was at play.
Right.
Yeah. So if you look at it, and the drafting of it is recorded.
Yeah.
You know what it says? The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. The first sentence: when in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bonds which have connected them with another. So these are the political social bonds. And to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the cause which impelled them to the separation. So it was human beings not colonized. It was human beings who were connected by some kind of bondage, of bond, like a community. But they were in separate geographies, like what many people do in the diaspora. They are separated physically from Zimbabwe, but they continue to behave as if they never left Zimbabwe.
Right. So, in a way, so British people, because I know the Americans is a mix of Irish, Scottish, and English. So it's not a colonization; it's just an assimilation and appropriation. Would that be the same thing? Because even if you go to Australia, because I know there were rejects and prisoners who were slaves to Australia and New Zealand. That's how.
No, I'm saying that's what your construction is. But there are people who left voluntarily to seek a better life somewhere.
Okay.
Not because of pre-existing conditions. So I can't say all Australians are ex-convicts.
Yeah. Saka, is it wrong for people to just make labels and make judgments? This one is an economic or political migrant or whatever.
That's right. But you now have learned something from the declaration that you didn't know.
Yeah.
But not pausing there to say it for today, it appears our first paragraph. And dig deeper to say, why do you need separation? So that you build a new community where Dutch, Lithuanian or Russian, they all can come there and not feel they are working for the king.
Yes.
Because otherwise you have to send money to the Netherlands, to France. But when you come to America, you break that band so that you become English speaking. Yet, even on this platform, there are people who would want to speak in Shona.
Oh, yes. I've heard it in passing, Kuti. And we don't feel comfortable and we feel alienated because but
wotaura munhu wacho ari kuengland kwanotaura chirungu but wants to deny others the right to be heard in a language that has got more ears.
Exactly, sir. Exactly, because English is a universal language. You're going to see people, if not from Zimbabwe, they can join in. I'm pretty sure moving forward, C2C is going to develop to the point you're going to see some people from South Africa, Botswana.
No, anyone is open. That's why we're saying, are you going to see to Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
No, we are saying that a person who listens to this conversation must not be limited because tribalism is universal. Identity politics is universal.
Yes, yes.
And hatred is universal.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I can extend in Zamata so the Gucci is right in my alley, Mr. Mawere. In 1888, I think in the late 18th century or early 19th century, that's when the Berlin Conference was. In Africa, there were no boundaries. All those borders and everything, those were man-made. But before then, we were a community. Africa was one community. There was Bantu people. There was the Khoisans. There was the Hottentots, I think, in South Africa. So we were just one race. But only a group of men will sit on the table and they divide Africa and they carve it and they put boundaries. That's number one. Number two, Mr. Mawere, we are all connected. Me and you, we are connected. You can say whatever you want, but me and you, we are just the one consciousness. I'm going deeper now into metaphysics, but obviously we're not going to talk about this now. We're going to reserve it for the show. But connectedness, it is universal. So I echo what you just said, sir.
Yeah, so that is what you are now going like. If you look at this song that I wrote, or just listen to the.
Okay.
Tell me who's to blame, you or I, we all the same, black or white, life's a trip, so enjoy the ride, take advice, take your time, don't waste your time on the hill you climb, pull your wagon, even when you're tired, it's one world and we all matter, we live for joy and we live for laughter. We go through pain, we face disaster. It's one world and we all matter. Yeah, it's one world and we all matter. Yeah, one world and we all matter. Let's take the people from all corners and create a new world with no borders, no riches and no poorest, just humans. This the old ways and form new ones. A famous man once said, between birth and death is a dash. So you gotta live like every breath is your last. Every second's a chance to make a difference. So you gotta make decisions, cause a man's decisions make it the man. Life is like pulling a wagon, and we've all got a wagon to pull. Whether you working a job or tackling school, battling through, the journey's just as important as where you traveling to. Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, Gandhi, Steve Biko, these people, all different, one message, we equal. Free life, free world, free people. Life is like pulling a wagon, and we all got a wagon to pull. Stop hitching a ride on my wagon, cause you got your own wagon to pull. My lifetime is all life's matter. Your lifetime is all life's matter. Life is like pulling a wagon, and we all got a wagon to pull. We all carrying our own weight, our own challenges, our own fate. We need to stand on our own, carve our own space. Cause time is ticking and it won't wait. Don't spend your life on your mind when your life is so great. All it takes is some dedication, and some grace and determination. Brother, know you can make it. Playing game only take you so far, especially when you're chilling on the sofa. We all need to grow up. Look at how far we come. We can't stop now. You gotta carry your load, you can't drop now. Feel like our minds have been locked down, but you reap what you sow. Gotta stand by your own cloud. What is life if no alien appeal? Journey of one except carry the burden, reach that gap of life.
Yeah.
Wow. Mr. Mawere, you're not gonna believe this. Your song, in this song, I don't know who sang it, I don't know who wrote it, but it's actually representing.
I wrote it.
You wrote it?
Yeah.
Oh my days, Mr. Mawere, you are an ambassador for metaphysics and esoteric knowledge. Because that song is a description of what metaphysics and esoteric knowledge is all about.
Yeah.
I struggle sometimes to explain. When people ask me, Brother Mason, what is metaphysics? What is esoteric knowledge? That song just explains it. It's bad. You bad all. Because when you're putting a wagon, it's you who is contributing to the collective consciousness. Number one. Number two, there's no boundaries. We are all the same. There is nothing outside the one. That's what you call Allah. That's what you call Brahma. That's what you call Quetzalcoatl. That's what you call Odin. That's what you call God. It's just a one. There is nothing outside the one. That's what the song is all about. So that Iwewe, that God or Brahma or Allah became you. How are you going to pull your wagon to realize yourself, to resurrect the Christ consciousness in you? That song is deep, Mr. Mawere. Very so deep.
So I'm saying that's what it was my response to Black Lives Matter.
Right.
That all lives matter.
Absolutely, 100%. As a matter of fact, there's only one life.
That's
one
right.
life, which is there's only one life. There's no a black life, there's no a red life, a yellow life, white life. There's only one life.
Yeah, but imagine you listen to that song.
Yeah.
And then you now trying to think about life. It means we can have the same song, Pulling My Wagon. I've written for another singer. This is another one.
Wow. Okay.
What's a burden when I know the dream is mine? A journey, a feeling, turn my weakness into strength. I need a sign. Time has no end. Time has no eye. But if you listen, you will see. We all need a dream to breathe. If you listen, you will see. We all need a dream to breathe. Pulling my wagon, pulling my wagon, like the birds need air to soar, like the sun needs rain to pour. Pulling my wagon. What is life? What is time? How it's spent is a choice. Inevitable is the climb. For another black slide, reaching for the stars. When it's over, our medals are pulling my wagon. Time has no eyes and no ears too. If you on my wagon, you are a burden too. I am the engineer. I have to build the bridge. Nobody is to blame if I don't reach. It's me. My diva and Rich Lewis taught us these lessons. Being able to pull your own wagon, that's a blessing. Time has no ears. Time has no ears. Time has no eyes. Time has no eyes. But if you listen, you will see. We all need a dream to breathe. If you listen, you will see. We all need a dream to breathe. A dream.
Yeah, you heard
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Good, amazing songwriting skills in progress. Amazing, amazing. I love this. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There's two things that I've just been taking notes on the song. And the singer was talking about time. There's a reference to time and a reference to a wagon. Now, I've just gone on internet and I've just checked out what a wagon is, or a wagon or a wagon.
yeah.
A wagon or a wagon is a heavy four-wheeled vehicle pulled by a drought, animals, or on occasion by humans, used for transporting goods, commodities, agricultural materials, supplies, and sometimes people. So what sticks out from this description is that it's a heavy vehicle that one has to use. Now, the next thing that caught my attention to that song is time.
No, even on wagon, you know what is a wagon?
Yeah.
In the song,
Okay,
it's life.
yes.
That life is heavy. Life.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes sense now. That makes sense.
Don't disturb me. I'm just pulling my wagon. Don't come into my wagon, think I'm enjoying it. Don't make your business my business. So if you want to get somewhere quickly, don't tell me. Just go. Because you are pulling.
So would that be correct to be saying that every single individual human being, they've got their own wagon?
They got their own life. So I'm
Right.
pulling my wagon. Pull yours.
So nobody should be supposed to pull other person's wagon. Is that correct?
Unless you are below the age of majority or
Maturity.
yeah, because kanari mwana wangu, I have to pull it. But
Right. So only a child can do that, right?
yeah, but don't come into my wagon like yesterday.
Right.
Somebody wants to talk to me.
Yeah.
He's actually coming into my wagon and say, "What do you think of this? What do you think of that?" I'm not a doctor.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just pulling my wagon. I got 24 hours like you. So time is limited. That's why you are talking about time. That life has got seconds, has got hours, minutes, days,
Well,
years.
our earth life in the time of the universe, Mr. Mawere, our earth life is a nanosecond.
Yeah, it's a nanosecond, but imagine you come and consume 1 hour of my time. You're already disturbing me, and you continue wanting to talk for 3 hours.
Saka, in a way, Mr. Mawere, this is the lesson that we're going to get from here. They're going to say you should just concentrate on your business, mind your own business, pull your weapon, and elevate, evolve yourself. Basically,
then we are all better for. Like when I come here and I'm talking to you, I'm pulling my wagon.
Yeah.
You are pulling your wagon. Then somebody comes here and say, "Why don't you have many followers?" I'm not doing it for followers.
This is the thing about this followers thing. If you Miss Mawere, everybody knows who you are. Everybody knows your colorful reputation. And you're a distinguished gentleman. And you are men of substance. And you are very, very intelligent.
No. But I'm saying is you're already going outside. I'm saying it doesn't matter who you are, how you arrive where you are. So if today we decide we're going to have our show called Mason on live, it means I can then share the songs, like your interpretation of the song. What you listen to is different from mine. But once I explain mine, it means you can say, now I see. I didn't understand it that way.
Well, that's really, really next to that's really right in my alley, Mr. Mawere, because I studied the Bible. And when I talk about metaphysics and esoteric knowledge, people are thinking, Brother Mason is an antichrist, Brother Mason is this and that. But actually, I'm telling you, you should know Bible, because Bible was written in 3 or 4 layers. You know the esoteric knowledge. There were in 2 layers. It was the exoteric. For one, the layman, but there's another meaning to the stories, because everything that you read from Genesis to Revelation.
But imagine you go to church to have a show to tell Bible. No, let's now use this show to talk about this. The song that I'm looking for positive music, so that when I finish the show, somebody can write. You know, this guy who said pulling my, I didn't know what a wagon is. And all you are saying is, Mawere, the more you ask me too many questions, what do I want to do? I don't know. I don't know what tomorrow brings.
That's true.
Yeah, so just pull your wagon and become the expert at pulling your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
In other words, there's a philosopher who said, be the best version of yourself.
That's all. So that's what the song is meant to do. And he said we are measured in terms of time, in terms of nanoseconds. So if we are measured in terms of nanoseconds, please forgive me when I ignore you. So when I come to the show, just limit yourself to what I can afford. So if it's 1 hour, like now, it's 11 minutes. And after 1 hour, we stop.
That's true.
Yeah. Then we come. Then now the next one we are going to say, let's talk about pulling my wagon, the song. Then we pull them together.
Yes.
Then you are the interpreter.
Yes.
Then you are talking about the one who wrote the idea behind the song.
Well, that's a wonderful thing because, like because your song, Yabaka Nyora and Jaibwa, my interpretation is different from yours.
That's right.
And you know what? There could be 10 million interpretations over there. So that you come with your perspective, your angle, your funga. This is how I see it, and this is how I interpreted the song. Is that correct, sir?
Then we are creating a C2C community of musicians who are, because writing songs is not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you look at that message for somebody, arukunzwa message, arukunzwa beat, arukunzwa voice. But somebody will say, I like the message in it.
Yes.
Then we can now give it to different people to say, you sing, this is our C2C contribution.
Right.
And those who are talented will be able to convert the spirit of, like these guys. First, I had to have a workshop with them because I'm trying to change them to start talking about big ideas, big terms. And they say, Ms. Mawera, I don't understand what you are saying. I said, your voice must be in it.
Right.
So I'll give you the spirit of the song, the idea behind it, and it's up to you now to create it, to put things in it and produce something that is understandable.
Yes.
Yeah. But I have to write it, I have to conceive it.
Well, I don't know if you know this, Mr. Mawere. I do music production myself as well, and I know for a fact, composing a song, and even Rasta, your regular Rasta Australia will tell you the same thing. But it's not easy. It's not easy to compose a song because it has to have meaning. It has to have a consistency. It has to have a bridge. It has to have a chorus. It has a meaning too.
Yeah.
And it has to be entertaining and engaging at the same time. So all those things, it's not easy to do that.
Yeah. So if it's not easy, just imagine you are now going to be judged and say, okay, what is this song about? And you are on interview and you don't know anything. Then can you imagine the disaster? We're not written by her.
I'll give you an example. Pale song
Yeah.
Do you know the song, sir?
Yeah.
You know the Imagine.
I know, yeah.
You know the Beatles, right?
Yeah, I know. You're learning. You see, like John Lennon. John Lennon.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, John Lennon. That song is a very, very deep song, but people can interpret that song in whatever way they want to interpret it.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So that if John Lennon was
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. John Lennon.
John
Yeah.
Lennon was going to be,
Go ahead.
yeah. If John Lennon was going to be interviewed, what was this song was all about? If John Lennon was going to be interviewed, what was this song all about? The moment he explained what it's all in a different way.
That's right.
From their perspective, make it. Yeah.
So this one is just the last one before we close. Yeah.
Yeah.
this life. Work hard, you gain more. You can never reap what you haven't sown. The purpose and the meaning of this life. Work hard, you gain more. You can never reap what you haven't sown. The purpose and the meaning of this life. Work hard, you gain more. You can never reap what you haven't sown. True purpose and true meaning of this life. You work hard, you gain more. You can never reap what you haven't sown. Race doesn't mean you're entitled to anything. Value gives you value. Price is what you pay. And that's the way it goes. Race doesn't mean you're entitled to anything. Value gives you value. Price is what you pay. And that's the way it goes. You just need to know you're not entitled to anything. Where you strive, you attain. Where you give, you can take. Where you work, you make it. You just need to know you're not entitled to anything. When you strive to attain, when you give, you can take. When you work, you make it. The purpose and the meaning of this life. Work hard, you gain more. You can never reap what you haven't sown. The purpose and the meaning of this life.
Yeah.
I love this morning.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful song, and you know what? Say you've got good writing skills. I like the message. You know, if you want to achieve anything in life, you need to work hard. You need to put the craft. You need to put the sweat and tears into it. If you want to achieve anything, that's a beautiful, beautiful message.
And you know what it was responding to? The idea of white privilege.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. That black people are saying whites are privileged.
No, I'm afraid in the real life, you need to work hard, you need to put some graft, you need to sweat, you need to wake up in the morning, you need to go to education, qualify.
So that's for economic freedom, that value gives you value.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes.
Imagine somebody listen to that song, does not understand what it is you are saying. On land, that land is mine just because I'm born there. And you have not put anything on the land.
Well, if there's anything that I've learned from you talking to Mukoma Masimba, is you always, all the time, you always talk about value all the time. And now I get it. Kulishi, you need to add value into something. If you don't add value into anything, that thing will be worthless.
No, it's not yours. It's not yours. You have no skin in it. You have no property in it.
Yeah.
So now you see the connection.
I see the connection, sir. So just before you go, say, the lady I was talking to, answer a question.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Yeah. I can't ask for Facebook, but I can't ask if I ever go online or talk about anything. I don't be agent and she's gonna pay £30. She wants to be a member.
No, we can do that in another. What I'll do is now I will send you the audio. Is she in contact with you?
No, I didn't.
No, I don't. I think it was Mkoma Simba who edited here. She
asked for Facebook. I don't want to shoot by YouTube. Those I can't tell her.
Yeah, Saka. She just called. I never saved the number anyway.
Okay, maybe she might get him.
No, yeah.
Because I know.
No, but instead of division of labor, you can send this audio to Mkwama Simba, can you get the number so that we streamline, we avoid talking to her.
Okay, I'll do that.
So that we so you can we can then have a show in interlude music, then we go and interpret it.
Yeah.
But that's what I was trying to do with Mkwama Simba. To say, don't worry about the numbers. Worry about the message.
Yeah, Mr. Mawere, I teach metaphysics and esoteric knowledge on YouTube. I've got over 150 videos. And do you know how many subscribers I have?
Yeah.
36.
Yeah.
And do you know what said? Does that hurt me? It doesn't hurt me. Because I'm of the opinion that when the student is ready, the teacher is always available.
No, I'm saying is, but now we can promote it together to say there is metaphysics, and right now this one is already on YouTube, which means when you add it, then when you run it, you are also broadcasting on different platforms.
All right. Okay. All right. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you, sir. Yes.
So that
Yes,
you are on YouTube and Facebook at the same time.
Oh, that's wonderful. I didn't actually think.
Then you can also use my platform. You can all use my personal name 1873. So you can have 8.
So how does it work?
Yeah, you just send me I'll add your pages. You just send me the login details.
All right.
For Facebook and YouTube, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Then from there you can broadcast. You can broadcast on your own.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you. God bless you.
So we can do that. We can do that later on, 7 or 8. Then we can go through that, so that you become your own broadcaster, so that you don't have to wait for me.
Yes. Yes.
But
okay, definitely. Can I do my 7? Because UK, can I do my 7?
8 o'clock our time.
Okay, so 1 hour difference. Is that right?
Yeah, 1 hour difference. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
So in the meantime, I'll send you this, and you send it to Mkwama Simba to send to Kudakwashe, and the link.
Yes.
So that and he gives you the link, so that we can then have you build your team around, because right now what we're trying to do is kunyora bhuku rebenzi, but I know you are already doing metaphysics, which we can't disturb. But in this case, we are using those concepts to build a community of shared understanding. Like when I say pull my wagon, it now becomes our language of life.
Yeah.
Where we are trying to explain that when you interfere with somebody's life, you are already limiting their opportunities.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. No.
So when I say I'm pulling my wagon, then I say we are pulling our wagons.
Sorry.
When I say I instead of we, have you ever seen we wagons or I wagon?
No, I've never seen a we wagon.
Yeah.
You're pulling your wagon.
And it's and you can talk about sweating while you are pulling.
Yes.
But then
it's
don't say
individual.
we was sweating.
No, it's like I don't want to go deeper into metaphysics, but you know the evolution and evolution. And evolution is an individual process. You elevate yourself. You resurrect yourself. This is the Christ consciousness. This is Jesus Christ.
But
right?
life is about your own experiences.
Absolutely, yes. Sir.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I can't
Absolutely.
imagine your experiences. So why should I start talking with my Zimbabweans anofunga zvakati? And that's where we have a problem with Mukoma Wasiwa that I have a solution for Zimbabwe, and you got 2 years.
Well, well, the problem with your mentee is a mentee because you're a mentor. What do you call it?
A mentee, yeah.
The one who's learning.
A mentee.
A mentee. Okay, so right. The problem with your mentee, and I love him to bits, but he is very deaf and he's got selective hearing. Mukoma Masiba doesn't want to hear any other person's opinion.
But those are two things. Lesson yacho kayeyo. Yokuti he may not be alone, but he may not even know that he's got and I may not even know that.
Yes.
So let's try to get that out. You could say, how do we negotiate? I negotiate by talking to you. When he listens on his own, he will discover that we are talking about him, but not him as a person.
No,
but that world view, you're good to know. And that this is where I need to be, because it gives me recognition, it gives me popularity. But then, how long can you continue sustain that? Because like now, the people say, I want to be part of the music that you guys are producing. Then it means we can write more songs. We can develop more songs as we speak. We can have poetry that speaks to value. We can talk about land reform. We can talk about economic empowerment. What does it mean in the wagon? How do you empower someone to pull his wagon?
Yes.
Either you are tired or you have the strength to pull it. Just keep on pulling. Just keep on going.
Let's keep on going, sir, because there's no stopping. I'm going to challenge you, Mr. Mabrele, if you don't mind, sir. And I'm going to give you one of the biggest challenges. I don't know if you're going to accept it or not. But since you're a songwriter, and I want you to develop and write a conscious song that is relevant to our modern times and our modern problems, our modern plight, and hand it over to a popular artist, Alizma Pop artist in Zimbabwe. That's what pop artist means, a popular artist. Like whether it's in English or Shona, it does not matter, because obviously you've got conscious knowledge.
No, that's what I've done already. But I'm saying is, that's. But I'm saying is
you're breaking up, sir.
All right. No, I'm saying is how can you challenge me?
Yeah.
When you already have. Is it? Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Hello?